Hi, in this video we'll learn how to multiply complex numbers. There are a couple of ways to multiply complex numbers. We can use the FOIL method, we can use the distributive property, or we can use the box method. In this example, we'll use the box method. In order to use the box method, we need to create a box first. So since I have two terms in my first complex number and two terms in my second, so I have a binomial times binomial, so that's why I have created two rows and two columns. So depending upon the number of terms you have in your question, you will have to create that many rows and columns. So now what I'll do is I'll take my first complex number and then put that horizontally on top of the box. So I have a -2 and a -5i. Now I'll take my second complex number and then put that vertically on the side. So I have -7 and then +2i. Now we're going to multiply rows by columns. That means I'll multiply my first row with both the columns, and then I'll multiply my second row with both the columns. So let's start with first row. -7 times -2, that will give me a +14. -7 times -5i will give me a +35i. Then +2i times -2 will give me a -4i. And then +2i times -5i will give me a -10i squared, because I times I will give me I squared. Now we're done multiplying. Now we'll write the sum of all the terms. So I have a +14, then +35i, then -4i, and -10i squared. Notice that we have a pair of like terms, so we can combine them. I have 14, 35i minus 4i will give us 31i. And then I have -10i squared. Now remember that the value of imaginary number I is equal to square root of -1. Now I need to find the value of I squared. So to find the value of I squared, I'll square both sides of my equation. And I can do that as long as I'm doing that on both sides. I can do it. So I'll just square both sides of my equation. So this becomes I squared is equal to square root of -1 and then whole square. So I squared both the sides. Now this becomes I squared is equal to, what is the square root of -1 squared? So the square and the square root basically cancels out each other, and then I'm left with -1. So the value of I squared is equal to -1. So what I'll do is I'll replace I squared with -1 here. So we'll leave the other expression as it is. I have 14 plus 31i minus 10. In place of I squared, we'll substitute -1. So now we can simplify this. So this will be 14 plus 31i, and then -10 times -1 will be +10. Now we can combine 14 plus 10. 14 plus 10 will give us 24. So this will be 24 plus 31i. We cannot simplify this expression anymore, so this will be our final answer. Now when you write your answer, you have to make sure that it is in standard form. That means your real part should be written first, followed by the imaginary part. See, this one has I attached to it, so this is the imaginary part. So you have to write the real part first, followed by the imaginary part. So this is how you multiply complex numbers using box method. I hope you find this video helpful. That's all in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to this channel and want to see more videos on other math topics, be sure to subscribe down below and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.